Sure, 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 sure. Okay. Yeah. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Hello, sir. This is Rohit.
Yeah, Rohit, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so we'll start the session somewhat at 7:05. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, hello everybody.
Hello, sir.
So where are the rest of the people? Okay, Bhumika called me that she is having trouble with internet. Where are Divya and rest of them? भूमिका के कॉलेज से कौन कौन है? Aditi, I suppose you are from Bhumika. Yes. So okay. And then Aditi is there, Srishti is there, Rohit, Saurabh Singhal, and Divya Agarwal. So I just now called Saurabh, but he is not picking up the phone. I suppose he is having some trouble in logging in. Anyways, let's start the session. Okay. If a call comes from them, I'll just take some time and troubleshoot them. So ready for the session?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the previous session, I didn't give any assignment. The basic reason why I didn't give any assignment was that we discussed only the basic tools. Okay, we didn't discuss a particular concept according to which you need to present your data or any concept, say content. Today we will discuss some important topics. So if so everybody has got the mail about session schedule. Can you tell me what is the session today? What is the session about? Today's session?
Regarding the font size,
Regarding the colors and how to present the data, how to use colors and that.
Exactly. So let's start with colors first. Okay. What I'll do is I'll just share a presentation I have made in a short while, and you will be able to see what I intend to perform in today's session. So everybody able to see this presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, in today's session we shall be discussing these 7 topics. Okay, colors, fonts and alignment are a part of. So before we start with these topics, what I would like to do is I would like to introduce you to the concept of presenting a data, not even the data, presenting the content. Okay. The basic part of our job is to present a content in a way that is simple first, okay, understandable and retainable. To do this, we need a standardized structure. For example, if we are reading a book, say for example we are reading a book on anything, there is a particular standard font used in it, right? Yeah. So we cannot use a font, various types of font in a single page. So for example, मैं एक screen लेता हूँ और उसमें अलग-अलग तरीके के 5 fonts use करता हूँ. People will not be able to understand or retain that thing. Okay. Colors are also important to represent the data. For example, I am representing my presentation. Okay, where my background is light. Okay. My foreground or my fonts are in red color or black color, which are darker than white, which are much darker, which are in contrast to white. The third thing is alignment. Okay, you can see that all the text here is aligned in a particular way, left aligned. Okay, the same concept we use in our presentations, in our production. Let us see that. So first we will know about colors. Okay, before we start, I'd just like to add this standardization. These 3 things that we will discuss in our first topic: colors, fonts, alignment. Just a second, hold on. I suppose some call is coming from Saurabh. Hello. Yes, Saurabh, tell me. What is the problem that you're facing? Okay, what you can do is you can clear your browsing history or try from another browser. Okay, first solution. Second one is, if you are connected and if you are facing any issue or any trouble in configuring, you can call the WebEx Cisco technical support. I have given the number in that only. Okay, so they will be very prompt in solving your problem, and this actually is a technical thing if you are not able to configure your thing. So first try from different browser. It may be a network issue or browser history issue. Okay, once it is done, if you are not able to, just call them, tell them that you are not able to log in and I am facing this type of issue. They will be surely able to help you. Session has just now started. I have also initiated the recording process. So if there is any issue in joining or late joining, you will be able to go back to that topic and study that again. Don't worry about it. See, sort of, that is what I'm saying. So if there is any problem, we have already started the recording session, don't worry about it, but try to be in the sessions. Okay, it is important that everybody is on the same page at the same time. Sure, talk to the WebEx guys, tell them what the problem is, they will be able to help you. Okay, yeah. Okay guys, shall we continue? Hello.
Yes sir.
Hello.
Okay, you can continue.
Yes sir, tell me. Okay, I'll just unmute you. Don't worry, this event is getting recorded. I'll just try to unmute you. Okay, I see that you are unmuted from my side. Okay, so the voice problem may be due to network connectivity issue, and if you are facing you're not able to hear me. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just call you back, okay, so that you can be on the phone and you can hear me. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'll just place this phone as well in front of myself. Okay. Yeah. Okay guys, one more thing. Is everybody able to hear me?
Yes sir.
Okay, so what I'll do is, Aditya, I am able to hear you. So what you can do, if you are if anybody wants to ask a question, because I will be sharing the screens, if anybody wants to ask a question, just type in instead of speaking, because I see that some of the people are finding problem in hearing the voice. Okay, so everybody can see the screen. Okay, so we were at a point where we were discussing about standardization, right? Now, as a part of a process, of a production process, it is our job to standardize some of the things, some of the basic things. For example, colors. We don't use multiple colors. We don't use colors more than 3 at a time. For example, we use red for highlighting, okay, black for normal text, and blue for heading, not more than that. If we want to show something that is disabled, we can show it in form of gray. Multiple colors in fonts is a strict no. Fonts as well, we use a standard font Vardhana. Other than that, we use, so for example, for example, there is a content. Okay, I'll just take an example where you can see, yes, So everybody is able to say see this screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here we see that there are two types of fonts visible. Since this is a background where we are giving an introduction in form of a blackboard, we are using an informal font for heading purpose. Make sure that the informal fonts or these type of fonts are used for content that is not very critical in terms of understanding. Okay. Other than that, sorry, wait. Yes. Other than that, we will discuss one by one. Let us go to colors first. So generally we divide colors into two parts. First one is hot color or warm color. These colors are used if we want to highlight something. So for example, in the same thing, I have highlighted colors, fonts and alignment. I want these three topics to come out of the normal content and highlight themselves. Your focus should be on this part only. So I have used warm colors or hot colors. Okay. If I want a page where some colors are used which do not want any attention, but for example, say here I have used colors to demarcate two types of conversation. Okay, two people who are having a conversation. Here if we use hot color, one part will be highlighted and second part will not be highlighted, which we don't want. We just want to demarcate. In this case we use cool colors. Okay, so this is the demarcation between hot color and cool color. I'll tell you. So this deep blue, well, I demarcate from this place. See, this area is given as a cool color, but I don't consider it as cool color. This complete area is cool color. Rest of this area is warm color. So if you need to highlight, okay, what are the options in colors that we have? Rohit, can you tell me?
Red and yellow, green, orange.
Sure. Yellow, bright green, not deep dark green, orange, red. And suppose we are actually writing a heading. Okay, I mean giving a presentation where something need not be that much highlighted, but presented in a different color. Can Aditi tell me what are the colors?
Indigo.
Aditi, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, indigo. Hello.
Blue, light blue,
Okay.
and green and indigo.
Yes,
So can you hear me?
correct. So going forward, we will also see how we use these colors in our presentation. Okay, we have, I have shortlisted or sorted out some screens for you to showcase how we do that. Okay, for example, this one. Okay, here we have used two colors. First one is blue. Okay, second one is black. We have kept in mind that these two colors need to be cool colors. Okay, reason being we don't want any part to be highlighted, just to demarcate that. Okay, other thing that needs to be standardized is the font. You see the font is Vardhana everywhere. I have not used different font for Kavita or different font for Sonali. Even the heading, although it is bold, it is in Vardhana. This heading is in Vardhana. Everything is in Vardhana right now. Okay. Another thing that I want to tell is the alignment. The alignment, if you see, is left aligned first. Rule number one, what you need to learn is every text, every part of the content need to be left aligned. Okay. If it is a content, we left align it. See, everything is left aligned. Okay. So we have discussed fonts, colors and alignment till now. Any questions regarding this?
No.
Everything clear?
But I just wanted to know
Yeah.
regarding the colors that Suppose in case we are making a PPT, and
Okay.
at that point of time, how to know which is a cool color or warm color? We need to keep in mind each and every color.
So like I said, we have a chart, right? You don't need to, you need not keep any color in mind. You just need to keep this chart. एक बार आपको याद हो गया, जैसे आप जब आप काम करोगे, when you will work with us, so you will understand. You need to understand this chart only once. Then after you will remember. Even after that, if you need to understand about cool color and warm color, you can just refer to these colors, how it is soothing your eye or affecting your study concentration. So for example, Kavita here is not affecting my concentration when I am reading this, but in this content, sorry, I'm so sorry. In this content, images is hitting my concentration more, right?
Okay.
That is what it is, a warm color. Okay. This can also be used in relative to each other. So for example, I am using a dark blue or indigo, right, as well as a light blue. This will be warmer or brighter than the dark. I mean, depending on the saturation and all, we need not consider those facts. Or for example, let us take just a second. Let us take this part that I highlighted, that purple, bright purple. It will be brighter than this indigo part, right? Everybody getting this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how we understand. I mean, we see if something is warm or cool. Other than that, we have a chart, right? With your mein violet, indigo, and blue is cool, and green, light green. I mean, then yellow, orange, and red are warm. That's it.
Okay.
Okay. Next, images. Use of relevant images are very important. So for example, we are talking about a concept where a relationship manager is sitting with a client, okay, and a conversation is going between them, or a mentor is there along with his mentee, with his or her mentee, and a conversation is going about a certain topic. So a relevant image should be there, depending on the level of the program as well. So for example, we are using a foundation level course, okay, there we improvise on the images that are not very real life, but at intermediate level where application of that knowledge is more, okay, is more than the foundation level, or at expert level, we prefer to use real life images. I'll just give you example. This one, for example, inward clearing. So we see that an interaction between mentee as well as mentor is there, okay, and mentor is actually explaining the check. It is check ASPAR check clearing process to the mentee, and we use relevant images for that. For example, if we use a teacher-student relationship here, it would be less appropriate. Okay, role-oriented images are much better to represent a concept, because after reading this, he would be able to apply his knowledge directly. Okay, I am sitting in a branch, a check comes to me. What happens to this after that? What are the fields that I need to notice? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another example here. So for example, we are using a classroom. It is always better to show any concept or any objective on a blackboard, right? Instead of this, if we use an aeroplane along with a parachute, and on parachute these objectives are there, it won't be appropriate, right? Got it? Hello?
Sir, the font style used on the blackboard was different. I mean, it wasn't Vajana.
Yes, that's what I said. See, here we have used two types of fonts, right? One is this one. Okay. This is much more similar to a handwriting. When we write with a chalk, right, that actually corresponds to our handwriting. To make it real life, we have used this type of font. But we have made sure that important topics such as this or this, okay, or this are in standard font, so that there is no problem in understanding or reading that. Reading is of higher priority than beauty, right?
Right.
Okay. We also use hand drawn things such as this one. This partition line is hand drawn image. We will discuss about how to do this, how to create this later. Or this type of arrow we use to draw ourselves and show it. So it looks like somebody has drawn these arrows and discuss the examples. I mean discuss the topics. So we have retained readability in this screen as well as customized to look at real life. Any confusion to anybody?
No.
Good. So next is about using proper images. We were talking about. We will see another example. Here we will see how small simple objects we can introduce in PowerPoint. See, PowerPoint has, like I discussed in the previous presentation. In the previous presentation, we discussed about some objects, right? Insert shapes. PowerPoint is a great tool when it comes to insert any shape in it. Okay, in 2010 onwards, you must be merging the objects as well. We don't use that. Inserting the objects along with some properties known as 3D rotation, we can create different type of objects here. So for example, we have created this screen where 90% of the things are in PowerPoint only. If you think that this travel related forex is written on a heading that is a picture, that picture itself is created in PowerPoint. These pages, white pages, these objects, these pictures are taken from somewhere else, but the heading, I mean 90% of the thing, even this white page here, use of pictures is minimal. Just because of the fact, for example, this page, the whole graph is created in PowerPoint. Okay, if you go to insert shapes and insert a curve, we can be able to create this graph as well. We'll discuss this in advanced sessions when you join. Okay, we were discussing this topic, relevant images. So let me give an example to you. So for example, we are talking about documentation. Okay, common sets of documentation needed. So it is always better. Documents किस में आते हैं? Folder में आते हैं. So it is always better to show a folder. Okay, something coming out of the folder. Don't worry about the animations, but the strategy that we have shown, that documents come out of the folder. Okay, let us discuss them one by one. This type of relevance is needed when we use any image or object. It should be relevant to the content. For example, we are talking about a bank. We cannot use an astronaut for a self check, right? We always use a person who is a banker or he has joined a bank and he is asking a question to his mentor or something like that. In a self check we can make it interesting, but in while discussing the concepts we use role oriented pictures. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Likewise here, so we are discussing about know your customer KYC, where we emphasize on ISA, identification, signature and address proof. So what better to show other than that passport thing? Okay, so we have created a sample passport here. Okay, we have created a person's picture and given some details about this passport. This is the identification part, this is the signature part, and this is the address proof part. Got it? Since a person is learning on screen, it should occur to all, I mean we should make this course as realistic as possible. So we have given some notes section to him as well. These pictures relevant, I mean correspond to छोटा सा note post-it लगा दिया कहीं या फिर एक note लिख दिया. We always give them in another section. For example, it fulfills all three requirements of identification, signature and address proof. We could have given in a simple format, but it would not have come out of the screen. This whole content, okay, now that we have used this note to illustrate our point, our snippet, this whole content is on a different platform. This note section is on a different platform, and since this note section is coming after this content, it appears that there is a sticky note attached to it which summarizes the whole screen. Understood? So this is how we use pictures, relevant, and we need to consider the fact that we have limited space here. Okay, this is the space that we have got. In this space only we have to show the content as well, picture as well, and illustrate those content with the help of pictures, relevant pictures. So we have to choose whatever we use very carefully. Minimalistic approach, कम से कम illustration ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. For example, we have illustrated. I'll show you just a second. Illustration ज़्यादा होना चाहिए. So for example, Sonali uses her 3 cards for total purchase of 1,50,000. At the end of the month, what happens? Okay. So instead, in the master doc, it was given as the data. We preferred it to illustrate it. Okay. Now it is a beautiful example where we see the use of colors to demonstrate something. Okay. So we have seen that this is Sonali's account outstanding. This line represents Sonali's account outstanding. It beautifully represents that green part, that okay, it is within the limit right now. What is within the limit? Sonali's salary. Okay, so for example, my salary is 20,000. Okay, and I am having an expenditure of 25,000. It cannot happen. Okay, I will not sustain. Okay, that's what happening here. Till her expenditure reaches her salary, it is okay. Chalo chalega. But after that, it's red. Okay, this is how colors are used. So here you can easily see that green is a cool color. Obviously, traffic signal में green होता है, cool color है. Red means stop, boss वहीं पर. It's a danger sign. Got it? Any confusion?
No.
Okay. Another example of using relevant images. See, here you can easily see that there are certain advantages to a bank travel card. Okay. These are cash withdrawals. So we have shown a very small picture of an ATM used for shopping. A small picture of a card. Okay. Top up के लिए क्या use होगा तो okay. Fuel का जो symbol होता है वो use कर सकते हैं. Okay. Travel insurance, we can show an umbrella to it. Okay. This is how relevant pictures are used. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. So before we jump to next topic, that is tabs, I'll just go back to this picture again. You can see here two things. First, the topic is divided into travel related forex, okay, and remittances. The travel related forex is in red color, remittances is in gray color. What does this mean?
Red one is highlighted and gray one will come further.
Active it. I mean, this topic is active, right? Exactly. In this topic, travel related forex involves the following. These two are gray and this is active. That means we are discussing bank travel card, right? So we have used various categories. I mean, we have divided the content into various categories and showing that. For example, travel related forex and remittances. In travel related forex, we are discussing bank travel card. This is achieved via tabbing. This is our next topic, tabs. Okay, so what can tab do? Okay, so for example, we have a content which discusses about first knowledge and second application. We can easily create two topics, right? But for example, we are discussing about documentation. For example, KYC. Okay, there are certain documents attached to it. So the topic is same, but subtopics are changing every time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. To achieve an objective where user understands, okay, we are in the same topic but we are changing the subtopics only, we use tabs. Okay, a major use of tabs is, मैं यहाँ पर हूँ, मेरे को ये पता है कि मेरे सामने travel related forex और remittances दो टॉपिक हैं. I am currently reading travel related forex and I am on the third topic, bank travel card. User is not lost in the content. This is the major objective of using a tab. User is not lost while reading a content. Previous content क्या था? Where I am, which is the sub level in which I am studying right now. Okay, let's see some examples for it. Now, types of depository receipts. Okay, there are 4 depository receipts we have categorized. Now let's see how these can form a tab. Okay, one by one we will show these tabs and see how this is done. Okay, I'm just a second. I'm clicking next. See, the active tab is going on top. It is highlighted. Yellow is hot color or cool color? बोलो भाई.
Hot.
Yes. क्या हो गया? Rest of us participants कौन कौन है भाई? आदिति, सृष्टि.
Yes.
Okay. Another. So for example, now I have discussed the topic GDR. Other topics in this are EDR, IDR and ADR. I mean European, Indian and American. ठीक है? G is global. Now we are discussing this second topic as well. Okay. Now the third, and we are done. So we have discussed each and every topic, and now we know that these are the types. मैं कभी भी भूलूंगा नहीं. While I am studying ADR, what are the other types? GDR, EDR and IDR are the other types, right? This is the use of tabs. Any questions till now? Hello?
So no question.
Okay. Now let us come to a very important aspect, representing data. Okay, data can be in form of numbers, in form of a comparison table, in form of facts. For example, बैंक में कितने types of accounts होते हैं, ठीक है? These types of data can be represented in form of tables, okay, in form of charts. I have used the topic table, but it is actually data representation. Okay, we will see how data can be represented in a tabular format as well as other formats as well. Okay, we shall discuss that. So let us discuss how data can be represented. Okay, before going there, before dealing into this, I'll just show you another thing. Okay. So everybody is able to see my desktop right now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now here in the green part, okay, I have highlighted a data. Due to this reason, the default rates for secured products are considerably lower than those for secured products. The typical default rates are 1.5 to 2%, of unsecured 3 to 3.5% and 11 to 12%. ठीक है? Yes, tell me. The data is not visible. Is it visible now?
No, sir.
Just a second.
You can just see the desktop.
You can see the desktop. Okay. Okay. Can you see it?
No, sir.
Anybody else is able to see that application? I mean the screen that I am going to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Okay. Aditi, clear? You are able to see?
No, sir, not yet. Just the desktop.
You are just seeing the desktop. It may be possible that the data has not yet reached your computer. Okay. Don't worry. It will refresh automatically. So we are actually discussing some numbers here. How to represent them? A good idea here is to represent them in a form of a chart. Okay. When we discuss of a chart. Okay. When we discuss of a chart, I'll just share my PowerPoint application again. Yeah. When we discuss of a chart, we can go to Insert, Chart section. Okay. If we are discussing about a comparison, so for example, okay, yes. So for example, we are discussing about 3 series or say 3 companies, the financial performance of 3 companies. Everybody able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we are discussing about 3 companies, company 1, 2 and 3, and this is their relative performance. We can see that company 3, that is in green, is actually improving gradually. Okay. This is how data can be represented in a simple way. Okay. Now data can, I mean it depends on the data. For example, we are discussing about percentage, like in this case we have discussed, right? So in this case what we have discussed is, we have discussed about various type of percentages of defaults. So what we have done here is, you are able to see this chart, right? Typical default rates. Yeah. So we have used a pie chart to demarcate. Okay. So there are 2 types of loans. Hello.
Yes.
Okay. So there are 2 types of charts here. I mean 2 types of products, secured and unsecured. Okay. These are the 2 categories. And in this, these are the default rates. Okay. Here again we have used red color to demarcate it, to make it highlighted, because we are discussing about the default rate. Okay. Rest of the things we have used cool colors to receive them. Clear? You will be given an assignment where you will be able to work upon various type of data. We will give you some content which will have data. Okay, and you have to represent them. There will be various types of representation that can be possible, and you will be able to represent them in your own way. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next is, so before we begin this screen, I would like to show you the original master content. Master content said that boss, this is the type of acceptable document for I, A and S: identity, address and signature, PAN card, valid Indian driving license, etc, etc. Okay, yes or blank. We could have used this table straightforward in this way only. Okay, but a visual representation is always better than a text representation. We have represented it visually. So for example, we are discussing about voters ID card. Okay, the voters ID card is explained as identification and address only, no signature proof is there, and we can consider only voter ID card for only identification and address, easily represented in the form of ticks and boxes, right? Okay. I suppose my objective is achieved, so I am just skipping these two screens. I am coming to the last topic of today's session. Okay, that is flowchart. When do we use a flowchart? Can anybody tell me? Present a?
So when you have to define a process.
Okay. I mean, certain kinds of steps are given and you have to follow those steps, right? See, this is actually correct thing, but you need to understand that flowchart is actually a graphical representation of a process. Even if it is in a form of box and in that box a text is given, it is actually a graphical representation, step by step, right? Now we have taken a liberty and modified those boxes. For example, so this is a workflow and we are representing a flowchart, but you see the boxes are actually not exact rectangular, but we are actually representing a flowchart, right? This is a process and this is what we are representing. See, rectangular boxes, that input output box. Okay, those input output box is actually for computer algorithm. We are actually discussing a workflow. The only important boxes that we consider for our use are decision box, that is diamond shape or rectangle, I mean rhombus shaped box, and the second one is rectangular box. We can give any design to it, any format to it to make it better looking. Here, can you tell me what is the hot color and which are the hot colors used and which are the cool colors used?
Red and yellow, hot.
Yellow are the hot colors used.
Okay.
Blue is the cool color used.
Yellow, mustard, and
Sure. Can you tell me why blue is used as a cool color for the background of the sections? Just a second, hold on. Hello? Yes, Saurabh, tell me. Okay. No problem. I have just so what I'll do is I'll just upload the recorded session. You can see it in your own pace. Okay. If you have any doubt, just give me a mail, na? No problem. I'll be happy to help you. Okay. Okay. What I will do is I'll just put you in a conference. Actually, Aditi was also facing some problems, so I have created a phone call, telephonic call. Okay. I'll just place your call in a conference. You will be able to hear the rest of the session. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so there are two types of fonts that we have used here. Okay, the first one is the normal standard Vardhana font. Second one is Trust and ITC. Don't worry about the terms. What are the names that we are using? We are using a second font. That's it. Okay, initiation, data retrieval, execution. I was asking a question where we were regarding why we are using this blue color. Can anybody tell me?
That's the heading and
This blue background behind the flowchart. Why we are using? See,
So to define
this. Tell me. To demarcate initiation, data retrieval, and execution. Exactly. See, this was not given in the master doc. This is where we come into picture. Okay, this is where we come into picture. Our job is to add value to the content. Unless and until we research the content, we understand it, we won't be able to make the user understand. This flowchart was given as it is. By looking at it, I understood that okay, these three topics are from initiation, these two topics are from data retrieval, and the last two topics are from execution. So let me divide this content as well as on the screen also, so that the user also understand, okay, these are the steps for initiation, data retrieval and execution, and hey, I have already read this. Okay, clear? Hello?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now another example for flowchart is the timeline. It is actually not a flowchart. It is what you can say a representation of a fact, which is on a timeline. So for example, on day 1 a settlement is generated, and on day 20 due date is there. So suppose a person doesn't pay his due amount on 20th, he goes into delinquent stage on day 25. Okay, this is actually not a flow chart, but if we go on a certain timeline, we will see we are following a certain flow. That flow is time, right? So representation of data on a timeline, this is what we achieve with this type of IS, this type of instruction strategy. Okay, a very good example is given here. Okay, DPD is days past due. I mean, suppose your due is on 20th and you have not paid that. So we have represented this type of structure here. So number 1 is this, and we have highlighted number 1. Number 2 is this, we have highlighted number 2. Number 3 is this, highlighted as well, and number 4. Okay, this is also actually following a certain flow. You cannot jump to a write-off stage before crossing the pre-delinquency stage. So these steps are coming one after the other. This is actually following a flow chart as well as a timeline, and we have successfully represented it, right? Okay. Now certain things that you need to do. We will give you an assignment. Make a checklist according to this. What I have not added in this is spell check. It is very important that you do a spell check before submitting. Okay, it removes the grammatical errors, it removes any typing mistakes. Okay, I have given you some examples to show. I will also give a showcase at the end of this session. Okay, but you need to keep in mind, if you have any confusion, I am always available for any support that you need. Just mail me. Okay, I will be happy to help you. What to do in this? Go through each and everything. Try to replicate it on yourself. Okay, this is the process. How can we show it in a better way? Okay, this is an assignment other than the main assignment that I am going to give you. Okay, so the path ahead is to play around first, second, complete the assignments so that you have already exercised on these topics. So when you join, you are easily able to identify, hey, these are the colors I have to use, these are the fonts that I have to use. We can represent this in a form of this tab, in form of this type of flow chart. Okay, क्या वो आवाज नहीं आ रही किसी से भाई?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what not to do?
There is one question.
Tell me.
Sir, how to use the tab thing? Like you said that the activities thing comes on top. That is all a part of animation.
That is all a part of animation. Don't worry. But other than animation, also you can put a tab, right? I used multiple cases where tabs were used.
Yeah.
Just let me go back and see. Okay, so without animation also you can show it like this, right? Just as it is. Is there a problem on that? Don't worry about the shadow and on beautification. Don't worry about it. We will be fully making you able to do this. 2 seconds का काम होता है. It looks good. Okay, don't worry about the beautification part, animation part, but worry about representation. How to represent it? Which color to represent it? ठीक है? If you are not able to achieve the particular format in your first attempt, don't worry about it. Okay, keep practicing. I will be with you. Don't worry.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. What not to do? Very important. I am taking the presentation that you have given. There were small, as I told you last time also, some small glitches. Okay, that was your first attempt. Okay, I will be highlighting what not to do basis the presentation that I have given today. Okay.
Okay.
First one is this. What is our company name?
Initiative Learning India Private Limited.
It's Initiatives S.
Okay.
Always do a double check. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Never use an image where you have stretched it like this. Okay. The actual image, I'll tell you, was like this, and you have stretched the image like this. Don't do that anytime. Always use the corners to shrink it or do it. So I'll tell you what to do it. Okay. Step number 1, click on that image. Step number 2, there is a small, so step number 2 is click on the format button. So once you click that image, in the last session we discussed there is a format tool available, right? In this format tool, what we will go to the last section, size. In size, okay, there is a small arrow at the bottom right corner. Click on that and click on, make sure that lock aspect ratio is checked and close it. Okay. Now you can easily stretch this the way you want by holding the corners only. Don't squeeze it or stretch it like this. This is not allowed. Okay. Do a spell check. Do a spell check. Okay. If you would have done a spell check, you would have known that our company name is missing an S. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Next thing is, okay, so background is removed, right? Okay. So you were using a background, purple color background, I remember, right? Let me see if it is available here. I'm using this background, for example. See that the background, the arrow is of what color?
Green.
Green. What is green? Cool color or hot?
Light green is hot color.
Yes.
And dark
Okay.
green is cool color.
But you see here that both the colors are of same intensity. Intensity means if it is bright, you have to consider this also bright, right? Background should be light and font should be
Dark.
dark. So if we this, isn't it looking better?
Yes, sir.
Right. If we use this, isn't it better?
Yes, sir.
So this is what not to do, right? So background इसमें से हट गया है, so I am not able to discuss it. You are actually using dark background and dark font. That's what I insisted that what not to do. Okay. I'll just showcase a PPT. Some content on Reliance that we used. That we prepared, and it was uploaded by seniors. Some of the members were founders of the company, and they uploaded it. Okay, I'll just play that. Just a second. Hold it. Share application RIL overview. You are able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Remember that this was prepared on PowerPoint. So I'll just go to introduction again. Able to say it?
Yes, sir.
So you have seen it. That was introduction. We specialize not in graphics, right? We specialize in content representations. Okay, I'll show you what our master doc was. So let me go back. Okay, everybody able to see this content?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you see here that milestones were given just in a table format, right? Okay, another thing that was given to us that I would insist to show you is the backward integration. So they have given some graphs and data and told us to prepare some screens on it. Okay, what we did was this. So when we came to milestones, it was history and milestones. Yeah, just see that tabular data can be represented in how many number of ways. We have just used one. Okay, you are able to see the screens, right?
Yes.
Make it full screen. And this was made in PowerPoint. So every milestone was given, actually literally represented in form of a milestone only. We researched these pictures and represented in a way that wowed them. Okay. Now let us come to another topic where this, I told you about backward integration, right? Let me show you how we represented it. We presented it in a form of timeline as well. You can see that 1956, 66, okay, and this continued. They gave us a graph where they didn't even define which category of backward integration was there. We categorized it and gave it to them. This is not a part of, I mean, what we do, but we research. That is how we add value, and we have added a value to it. right?
Yes,
So this is our role here. Okay guys, I'll just check. So today one of the agendas of the session was introduction to BD. So let me see, Rahul is there? Rahul Star is there? So I'll just see if Rahul is free. Actually he heads the BD team. So and if he is available, I'll just call him to for the conference session. Just wait for 5 minutes, okay? Yeah, headphone is here.
No,
Sorry.
it's okay.
Hey, in person. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hi guys, Rahul this side. Can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Okay, great. So before I start, may I know who all are there on the session?
Hi, this is Rohit, sir.
Okay. Who else?
Srishti here.
Srishti and so Rohit and Srishti. Who else is there? Okay, so Aditi and Gaurav are on the phone. Sort of. Okay, can they hear? Okay, great guys. So I have been told then to give you a little idea or introduction about the domain or the division that I take care of. So if I say a division of business development, which is the division which I take care of, what do you or what is your idea of the work at business development? You know, that would help me start from the level I need to start. So who can tell me? Maybe Rohit can tell me exactly what do you feel, Rohit? What do you mean by business development, or what do you think that we do in business development?
In order to increase the business of the company, you visit to different colleges or corporates in order to visit corporates so that you can have the MOU signed with them, and you visit to different colleges so that.
Okay, so the two target audience that you have specified is maybe a IT company or a college. So Srishti, can you add on to that list? Srishti, can you, yeah. Okay. Do you agree at least to Rohit's idea of what we do in business? Yeah.
Including the institutes.
Okay. So for the benefit of all four of you, let me just tell you in detail exactly what we do. Okay. So Rohit, what partly said obviously is that we go contact new businesses. So the responsibility of business development is multiple. One is for various products that we have, we try and source
customers. Now the customers can be of two broad types. One we call is
audible.
Okay. Am I audible now? Is it better? Guys, is it better?
So we can hear you very clear.
Okay, you can hear me clearly. Okay. So we source clients basically of from two different or broader categories. One is a B2B and second is a B2C. So when I say B2B, that is the category, Rohit, but which you talked about going to colleges or IT companies. That is, you're talking directly to the business based on their requirement, or it's an institutional sales. So I'm talking to a college, I'm talking to an IT company, I'm talking to a bank, or I'm talking to say a brokerage house. So that's my B2B sale. The second part is a B2C where I'm talking to an individual directly. So that is somebody like you who would come to our website and purchase our courses online. So as you know, all our courses are available online for purchase. So somebody like you who is in an MBA college or who is a graduate student doing their BCom or economic honors or any specific course can come directly to our website and purchase a course. We also have multiple channels to sell our courses like timesjob.com or Time for Education, which is a test prep company. So all of them come into a B2C sales. Okay, guys, is it clear till this point?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, once all of you join, there will be a much detailed session wherein we will cover all these divisions and tell you about all the channels. Because once you complete your training program, eventually after a certain point in time you move to different divisions, and business development is one of the critical divisions that is there as an option. Now it is a very challenging division, but it's very exciting. We talk to, and people in business development team get an opportunity to handle independent divisions within a period of 1 year or 1.5 years. You move into the division within 6 months, you get responsibility of a certain category, and within a 1 year period you practically independently handle that category, be it a B2B category or a channel sale. So the kind of opportunities which you get in this division is immense, and it requires certain level of travel, but depending on the division you are in, it would be restricted, or you might have to travel in some cases maybe 4-5 days a month, or maybe max 10 days a month. So that's on the higher side. Normally only senior member of the team travel to that extent. So that's kind of a broad introduction to what we do. As I said, a large chunk of our effort is at this point of time focused onto the B2B, which could be, as I said, a bank, a financial institution, IT company, or a college. We have different models and very flexible models that we have for different colleges. So giving you an example, since you are in college, so maybe you would be able to relate, is that we offer a library model, just as an example, to a college, wherein say a college like Jaipuria or a college like Amity or college, any other college as such, can take our unlimited courses. So we have 18 certifications which comprise of some 43 odd courses. So they can take all the courses as a library, and students can have free access to any course that they want to have. So that is one of the product features that we have, and so on and so forth. So we have different ways of engagement with the same client. So for IT company we have different ways of engagement, with the college we have different ways of engagement, and thus somebody who handles that specific division would not only have the responsibility to manage the current clients. Hello? Yes. So as if you take up a responsibility of a certain division, you not just have a responsibility to manage the current business or current clients, but also add on in different ways. So you get complete flexibility to have new models in place, look for new formats to engage with the target audience. An opportunity which you would not get in a large organization. So I've worked for a good 6-7 years in larger organizations like ICICI Bank and Murugappa Group, and you do get some level of flexibility, but an ability to define your own vertical to define your own engagement strategy, product pricing, product structuring. The kind of flexibility that you get at Flip is very high, which you not get in any established organization. So that is how we are different from say an FMCG sale or a bank sale. In a bank you would get you get a product. These are the products, you have to sell it to the bank customer. You don't have a call, you don't have a say in what the product would be, what would the pricing be. You don't have that say. But here at Flip, you define, we have a certain set of products, but they are flexible, they are customizable. You have a flexibility to define the target audience the way you want to reach to them, and you also have a considerable say in deciding the pricing and the proposition overall. So that's how we work, and we would look forward to all of you joining as per your joining schedule, and we would drill deeper into our division and what we do here and in the business development division when all of you join, which I believe will be in over next 1 month, right? So who is joining? Rohit, when are you joining? March. Okay, and Srishti?
So 17th April.
17th April. Okay, so most of you would join within a period of, April is still far off, but March is something 1.5 months we would. So great. So let's hope to see all of you there in the company, and I would now hand it over to Kaustubh. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I will be ending this event now. So anybody has any question? Yeah, regarding the assignment, you will for sure get the assignment by tomorrow, as well as the recording. It takes some time to convert the recording.
Okay.
Pardon? Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm not able to hear anybody.
Hello.
Yeah, by tomorrow you will for sure get the session recording as well as your assignments. It takes some time to convert the videos, so it will take some time, and after that we will upload it. Okay. Okay. Good night, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Sir,
Hello. Yes, tell me. Yes.
Sir,
Tell me.
I saw a link on Facebook regarding an Excel program.
Yes.
I saw